Hello students, today in this lecture I will do numerical problems on moving charges and magnetic. In the previous lecture also I have done some numericals. Today I will take NCERT problems because these are very important from point of view of your board, as the NCERT problems has been included in the syllabus from past 3 years. So these NCERT problems also you have to solve, and in the examination questions can come directly from the NCERT problems. It's clear. So here today I am discussing the NCERT problems of on moving charges and magnetic that you can get from the NCERT book, or it may be given in your book also. It's clear. There are some solved problems on the NCERT that is given in your book also, but here I am doing from this NCERT book. It's clear. So that I will mention here problem number 4.1, 4.2. So if you don't have the NCERT book, or if you don't get it from here, then this page I will upload in the description box. From there you can get this page. Otherwise you download the e-book from the NCERT website. From NCERT website or from CBSE website, you download the e-book of physics. It's clear. In that also you will get this. And these problems are very important from the point of view of your board, because directly these questions can come in the examination. So you do the practice of these questions. So the first question is, a circular coil of wire consisting 100 turns. There is a circular coil consisting 100 turns, each of radius 8 centimeter, carries a current of 0.4 ampere. What is the magnetic field B at the center of coil? So if you see here, this question is very simple. Here question number 4.1, you can see a circular coil of 100 turns, that is N equals to 100. And radius is given 8 centimeters, so that you can convert in SI unit. 8 into 10 की power minus 2 meter. It is carrying a current of 0.40 ampere. You have to find the magnitude of magnetic field at the center. So what is the formula? Magnitude of magnetic field. Magnetic field at center of coil so B equals to mu naught Ni upon 2R. Mu naught you can write 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7. N is given 100, I is given 0.4, and R is given 2 into R is 8 into 10 to the power minus 2. You can simplify this and then further you can do, so that I am not doing completely, that you can solve here. It's clear? It is. I am not doing it. Where is the calculator? Yes. So I am not solving it completely, so that you can solve and the answer will come in the Tesla. It's clear? Now see the second question. These questions are very simple, directly based on the formula. When you solve these questions, so you will get the mastery in the formulae of this chapter. Now a long straight wire carries a current of 35 ampere. What is the magnitude of magnetic field at a point 20 centimeter from the wire? There is a long wire, 4.2. There is a long wire, it is carrying a current of 35 ampere. You have to find the magnetic field at a distance of 20 centimeter from the long wire. 20 centimeter, that you can write 0.2 meter. Now what is the formula of magnetic field? B equals to mu naught upon 4 pi into 2I upon R. Now this is 10 to the power minus 7 to, what is I here? 0.2. What is R? I is not 0.2, I is 35. And what is R? R is given 0.2. So you can simplify it, 70 into 10 to the power minus 7. And here in denominator, it is 2 into 10 to the power minus 1. That is 35 into 10 to the power minus 6. Or 3.5 into 10 to the power minus 5 Tesla. It's clear. This will be the answer. Now see the 4.3. So I am reading the question, so you listen it carefully. It's clear. Every time I will not show the book because it will. Now question number 4.3. A long straight wire in the horizontal plane carries a current of 50 ampere in north to south direction. It is on the plane of paper. You remember that this is east, this is west, this is north and south. And here it is carrying current in what direction? From north to south. Means here I am showing here. It is a long wire, means it will be something like this. Just now in 4.2 we have used it is carrying the current in this direction. And how much current it carries? I equals to 50 ampere. Give the magnitude and direction of B at a point 2.5 meter east of the wire. So 2.5 meter east of the wire means this point is in the east direction, means in this direction. At what distance? It is at a distance 2.5 meter here. R equals to 2.5 meter. So see here, what will be the direction of magnetic field? So direction of magnetic field, how will you find? So direction of magnetic field can be found by using right hand palm rule. It's clear. You will place your right hand palm in such a way that thumb is in the direction of current and fingers are towards that point at which magnetic field is required. It's clear. So it will be perpendicular direction of pushing of the palm. Perpendicular direction of pushing of the palm is upward. Means here it will be perpendicular to the plane of paper upward. It's clear. Means it is, you can say just it is vertically upward. Here what will be the direction of magnetic field? It will be vertically upward. It's clear. That is denoted by this symbol. So direction of magnetic field is vertically upward. Now what will be the magnitude of magnetic field? That is very simple, that you can find. B equals to mu naught upon 4 pi 2I upon R. Now everything is given so that you can find. 10 to the power minus 7, 2 into I is 50 ampere and R is 2.5. So it will come out in Tesla, so that you can do. That I am not doing further. Main point I have told you. It's clear. Now see the question number 4.4. 4.4, it is also here question number 4.4. A long straight a horizontal overhead power line carries a current of 90 ampere in east to west direction. Means from east to west direction. This I am doing from the black pen. It is clear. From east to west direction means in this direction. It carries the current in this direction and how much? 90 ampere. In east to west direction, what is the magnitude and direction of magnetic field due to the current 1.5 meter below the line? 1.5 meter below the line means below to this, what will be the direction of magnetic field? 1.5 meter below the line means below to this line, which is carrying the current from east to west. There is a point here. At that point you have to determine the magnetic field. It is clear. So see here that you have to find the direction of magnetic field, and what is that direction? Here you can see this is not this direction, this is not in the plane of paper, this just I have shown here. It is clear. Actual diagram is this. This is the current carrying wire which is carrying the current from east to west, and there is a point 1.5 meter below to it, means it will be somewhere here. It is clear. So it is 1.5 meter. So what will be the direction of magnetic field? First you see what will be the direction of magnetic field. Current carrying wire is this. This is the current carrying wire. You will place the right hand palm in such a way that thumb is in the direction of current. Thumb is towards west and fingers are pointing to that point at which field is required. Then what is the perpendicular direction of pushing of the palm? It is this way. Perpendicular direction of pushing of the palm is this. And this is what direction? This is the south direction. You can see here. This direction is south. So see here. Here you can direction of magnetic field. Field will be towards south. Will be towards south. What will be the magnitude? So you can find it here. B equals to mu naught upon 4 pi 2I upon R. So when you will substitute the value, it is 10 power minus 7, 2 I is 90 and R is 1.5. So that you can do further. It is 180 into 10 power minus 7 upon 1.5. So 1800 upon 15 into 10 to the power minus 7. 15 1 ja 15. 3. 120. That is 1.2 into 10 to the power minus 5 Tesla. It's clear. So that you can find this way here. And direction will be towards south. It will be towards south. It's clear. So this is question 4.4. Now you see the 4.5. Question number 4.5. Here it is given what is the magnitude of magnetic force per unit length. Magnetic force per unit length on a wire carrying a current of 8 ampere and making an angle of 30 degree with the direction of uniform magnetic field. So first you make the diagram here. It's clear. When you will make the diagram, the things will become easier. It's clear. Here B is 0.15 Tesla. It's clear. And the current carrying wire is carrying a current of 8 ampere and making an angle 30 degree with the direction of uniform magnetic field. Means it is the current carrying wire. Here this angle is, this is carrying what current? I equals to 8 ampere. This angle is given 30 degree. It is clear. It is placed in this magnetic field. So what is the magnitude of magnetic force per unit length? So see here, since as we know that force acting on current carrying wire placed in external magnetic field, it is given by F equals to I into B into L sin theta. Therefore, force acting per unit length this is equals to F upon L equals to I into B sin theta. Now you substitute here 8, B is given 0.15 sin 30 degree. So this will be equals to 1.2 into 1 upon 2. That is 0.6, and what will be unit? Newton upon meter, Newton per meter. 0.6 Newton per meter. It's clear. Now see here, question number 4.6. A 3 centimeter wire carrying a current of 10 ampere. 3 centimeter wire carrying a current of 10 ampere is placed inside a solenoid perpendicular to its axis. It's clear. Means you see here. Here this is a solenoid. This is the solenoid. What is the axis of solenoid? Placed inside a solenoid perpendicular to its axis. This is the solenoid and this is the axis of solenoid. So it is given a 3 centimeter wire carrying a current of 10 ampere is placed inside a solenoid. This is carrying a current of 10 ampere and here it will be connected in the external circuit by some means that I am not showing. Its length is given 3 centimeter and carrying how much current? I equals to 10 ampere. This wire is carrying 10 ampere current. It is clear. The magnetic field inside the solenoid is given to be, means the magnetic field, as we know that in solenoid there will be the magnetic field along the axis. In the solenoid, magnetic field will be always along the axis. It is given 0.27 Tesla. This we will mention here. Magnetic field of solenoid is always along the axis of solenoid. So you have to find the magnetic force acting on the wire. So what will be the angle between vector B and current I? Here this is theta. So what is the magnetic force that you can find? Magnetic force will be, I am doing here, magnetic force on wire, that you can find F equals to I B L sin 90 degree. I is given how much? 10 ampere. B is given 0.27 Tesla. L is given 3 centimeter, that is 3 upon 100. Sin 90 is 1. So further you can do. It's clear that I am not doing here, only substituting 10, B 0.27, L is given 3 centimeter, that is 3 upon 100 multiplied by 1. So this will be the answer. This much Newton force will act on the wire. It's clear. Now question number 4.7. So calculation part I am not doing. The main thing I am explaining to you, and the calculation part you try to do by your own. That is very simple. It's clear. Actually, these questions are very simple, but there are the very much chances of these question in coming in the examination. It is clear, because now it is directly introduced in your syllabus. Now see here, question number 4.7. Two long and parallel straight wires A and B carrying current of 8 and 5 in the same direction, separated by a distance of 4 cm. Estimate the force on 10 cm section of wire A. Means here there are two long and parallel straight wires. One is this, another is this. A and B. You can take any one as A, other will be B. A is carrying current of 8 ampere, B is carrying current of 5 ampere in the same direction by a distance, and they are separated by how much distance? 4 centimeter distance they have been separated. It's clear. You have to find the force acting on 10 centimeter length of wire A. 10 centimeter length of wire A. This is the 10 centimeter length. On this length, how much force will act? So as you know that what is the force acting per unit length in between two long straight parallel current carrying wires. So see here, what is the formula? Force acting per unit length. On two long straight parallel wires. So it is F upon L equals to mu naught upon 4 pi parallel current wires. These are carrying the current wires. Mu naught upon 4 pi 2 I1 I2 upon R. So substitute the value 10 to the power minus 7, 2 into 8 into 5 divided by 4 into 10 to the power minus 2. So here when you will simplify, 4 2 ja 8, 5 2 ja 10, 10 2 ja 20. That is 20 into 10 to the power minus 5. That is equals to 2 into 10 to the power minus 4 Newton per meter. Means on per meter length this much force will act. Therefore, force on 10 centimeter section of E. So it will be equal to 2 into 10 to the power minus 4. On 1 meter this much, so on 10 centimeter it will be 10 upon 100. So when it is cancelled, it will be 2 into 10 to the power minus 5 Newton. On 10 centimeter section of wire A, this much force will act. It's clear. Now after this you see the question number 4.8. Question number 4.8. A closely wound solenoid 80 centimeter long has 5 layers of winding. You can see here. It is a closely wounded solenoid. And it is have 80 centimeter long. What is its length? Length is given 80 centimeter. Has 5 layers of winding, 400 turns in each. Means there are the windings over the winding. And there are how many layers? There are total 5 layers. and each layer is having how many turns? 400. So total number of turns, so there are 400 turns in each layer and there are 5 layers, so it is equals to this. So number of turns per unit length, what will be the number of turns per unit length? That will be equal to this much number of turns over 80 centimeter, that is 0.8. So when you will simplify upon 8, so 8 2 ja 16, 4, that is 2500 turns per meter. It's clear. So this is the value of small n, number of turns per unit length, that is known as small n. The diameter of the solenoid means this is given 2r equals to 1.8 centimeter. If the current carried is how much? 8 ampere. You have to estimate the magnitude of B inside the solenoid near its center. So as we know that in a solenoid, magnetic field at the center of the solenoid, it will be mu naught Ni, mu naught into small n into capital I. If it is of finite length, then well within the solenoid at the center, it will be, what will be the magnetic field? B will be equal to mu naught into n into I. And what will be at the ends, because this is a finite length, at the ends it will be equal to what? So it will be at the ends, it will be half of this, 1/2 mu naught Ni. This is the formula of magnetic field in case of finite length solenoid. But if it is of infinite length, then everywhere it will be this. It's clear. And what is the direction of this magnetic field? Along the axis. So you can find out here mu naught is 4 pi into 10 power minus 7, n is 2500 and I is 8. So this much Tesla. So you can calculate it further. There is no role of this here. In this question, there is no role of this. It's clear. Now after this, you can see question number 4.9. This question is based on the next chapter, so that I will not do 4.9. Now you can see 4.11. It's clear. In a chamber, a uniform magnetic field of 6.5 Gauss. 6.5, and how will you convert Gauss in Tesla? 6.5 into 10 power minus 4 Tesla is maintained. An electron is shot into the field with a speed of this. V equals to 4.8 into 10 to the power 6 meter per second. Normal to the field means if the field is in this direction, then what will happen? Electron has been shot in this direction. Electron has been shot normal to the field in this direction. This is the electron. It is clear. It is moving with this velocity. Means what is the angle? Angle is 90 degree. Explain why the path of electron is a circle. Yes, it is a very good question, and this already I have explained in the beginning when I have explained motion of a charged particle in a uniform magnetic field when it enters perpendicularly. So see here, what will happen Here, what will be the direction of force? Direction of force will be normal, as we know that force acting on the moving charge in the external magnetic field, vector V cross vector B. As the direction of force is normal to the vector V as well as normal to the vector B, therefore it will describe a circular path. You can write as direction of force is normal to direction of initial motion. Therefore, it describes circular path. It will describe the circular path. Then determine the radius of circular orbit. Here E is given, that is the charge on the electron. It is 1.6 into 10 की power minus 19 coulomb, and mass is given 9.1 into 10 की power minus 31 kg. You have to find the radius. So radius of circular path, if we see here, so radius of circular path will be equal to R equals to mv upon qb. Now everything is given. M is given this, V is given here, Q is this, and B is this, so that you can find. It is clear. So this I am not doing. Then the next question 4.12, it is also related with this. In question 4.11, obtain the frequency of revolution of the electron in circular orbit. Does the answer depend on the speed of electron? No, it do not depend upon. As you know that what is the period of revolution? T equals to 2 pi m upon qb. Therefore, frequency of revolution nu will be equal to 1 upon t, that is equals to qb upon 2 pi m. Everything is given, so you can calculate. I am not doing completely. Q is this, B is given here, 2 pi, you can substitute, M is given this. So you can get the frequency of revolution, it will come out in hertz. Does the answer depend on the speed of electron? No. This do not depend on speed of electron, as nu is independent to B. There is no term of V there. It is clear. So these are the some questions which I have done in this lecture. Some more NCERT problems I will discuss in the next lecture. It's clear. So in this lecture only up to here. Thank you.